Hi, welcome to another episode. What I've got here is my ZX81, which has already been modded. It has composite and it has 32K built in. Not by me, it was done at purchase. What it came in though is this, which is a bit dirtier than it actually looks on the screen maybe. No idea what this muck is. We call it polystyrene. Some people call it styrofoam. Basically, I've been watching some videos on how to clean out such things for when you're incubating chick eggs for your chickens in America, for all things. But there's a couple of people there that have explained that just basically dish soap water is enough to get it clean. So I'm going to give that a go. The other thing that with this, so let's have a look inside though. I mean, like I say, it's not so bad on the bottom. It's a bit duffed around a bit, but you know, it needs a clean. I mean, it wouldn't have come with a UK plug, you know, 3-pin. It wouldn't have come with that, so someone's put one on, obviously, probably more than once. But when they've put it back in the box, they've pierced the polystyrene. So I'm going to give that a go in cleaning. But the other thing is that there is a slight crack all the way along here. You can just gently flex it. So what I want to try to do with that at some point is use this Gorilla Glue. As you can see, I bought it specially because the one thing it says is foam. And I'm really hoping it's styrofoam or polystyrene. Supposed to glue anything and everything. There we go. I want to try with that. But the other big thing that I want to point out with this is that it never came with a cardboard box. It was supposed to back in the day, but they get damaged, they get stuff, so they get so messed up that sellers just decide, oh, there's no point sending that. Now, earlier versions actually came in a box in the realms of, I mean, it came with the flaps at the end, but later it states it was just a sleeve. At least that's what I understand. I was very young when these things came out, so you know, I'm looking back at what other people own and things, and I can see of where they've tried to save money at a later date and just made a sleeve instead of the flaps, because with the flaps, of course, it's not just the messing around and having a cardboard box and the extra bit of cardboard, but it's when it's in the factory and someone's putting it in a cardboard box, they have to mess around with the flaps, whereas a sleeve, they're going to slide it on, next, slide it on, next, and maybe even just have a machine do it for you. So, never worked in the factories, but you know, so what I've done, let's move this ZX81 out of the way for now, is purchased this. So we're going to actually move the polystyrene out of the way as well. Now, this is off of a guy on eBay, which I'll put a link down to his website within eBay. He sells a lot of remake boxes, and that comes under the guidance of Retrotech Ralph, because he bought one for one of the machines that he has, and he was like very impressed with it and stuff, and he was so impressed he forgot to actually make a video about doing it. So he's highly recommended that I get one for the ZX81, but for heaven's sake, make a video on it. So this is what I'm doing. Let's get it open. As you can see, this is how it comes. It's nothing too special. Sorry for the clicking of the blade coming out there. Right, so let's gently make sure I'm not cutting into the new sleeve. That's the last thing I want to do. And obviously I don't want to slice my fingers open. I cut too deep in. I've missed it, it's fine, I haven't actually. So if anything, let's move it away from the other edge a little bit to make sure. Oh, in fact I can just slide the whole thing out. There we go. And there's nothing of too big of impression on this one, it seems. That Retrotech Ralph was explaining on one that he bought, it was like an adventure opening it up. Not in the realms of it was so well packed, but it was the information that it had. I don't know, I wasn't there when he did it. But here we go, a nice sleeve. The cardboard feels really nice quality, it's nice and thick. Let's fold it into place a little bit. A little bit of an overfold there though, of where the cardboard in it's not being glued down so well. It's not, the edges haven't met quite right. Apart from that, the quality of the cardboard does feel nice. And yes, I understand it's a remake, but and I'm not going to, if I ever sell the ZX81, I'm not going to sell it as being, you know, this is a brand new box. I will be, what's the word? Honest? Yeah, that's the word. Sorry, I was too busy thinking about stuff. So let's slide it in, make sure it's a nice fit. Oh, a bit on the stiff side. Very stiff in fact. There we go. Yep, I think they've maybe should have taken a bit more care about gluing it down. It's a little bit overlapped, and because of that it's actually made it a very tight fit. It's not that it's bad that it's a tight fit, I suppose, but well, actually maybe it is, because now I'm not too sure if I can get it back out again without damaging it. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm going to argue with this off camera for a moment. Phew, that took a bit of doing. I had to use my knee as a bit to push up through the centre. Anyway, the cardboard quality is very good. What can I say about it really? Yeah, when it's on, it's on. I am getting a little bit hung over the fact that this is not quite lined up, because I think this side, where it is more lined up, it's on. Yeah, that's quite okay. But when it gets to the other side where it's not lined up, as you can see there's a whole white line of where cardboard's not lined up. It shouldn't be like that. It's a bit tight at the other end, and because of that it doesn't quite fit properly. What do? Do I carefully go down it with my craft knife and re-glue it with my wonderful new glue? I have to say I think I may well do so. Well, I've changed my mind against that. It's extremely stiff glue that's on there, and I don't. If I was trying to force a blade down it, I would just ruin the box, and I don't want to do that. So let's move on to trying to clean the polystyrene. So basically, I can't show you me washing the polystyrene because I don't have the space to have a tub and do rub-a-dub-dub and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go do it in my own bathtub, which I will clean down first, and then I'll clean it afterwards, because obviously not knowing what this is, I don't want to contaminate my bathroom. So let's get on with cleaning this up. Okay, for those that have been shouting at YouTube already, telling me that don't use that glue, it won't dry clear, I figured that out before I've used it, so don't worry. Yes, they do make a clear version of this, but I'm actually thinking now, looking more at the polystyrene since I've been washing it, that I might wait for it to actually break fully before I actually bother to try to glue it together, because I think there's more chance of breaking it now than there will be if I just leave it in the sleeve anyway. Let's go on to the sleeve. I forgot to show the back of this earlier on. But the power supply unit, it shows it as being a wall wart, not like a brick like was actually given out. This isn't the reproduction problem, this is what was actually put on the original box, which I do find strange. Then there's the manual. As I said, the original version had rings. I said that in the last episode. But the new one, well, the newer one, just has a normal book look feel to it. Anyway, the one thing I do want to point out as well is it says Sinclair in red and the ZX81 in red. So what should I do when it comes to colouring in the ZX81? Because it, well, on mine it's still black, so I do want to colour that in. Let's have a look at the bottom of the polystyrene now. It's a lot cleaner than it was. You know, not bad really. I know white balance is trying its best, but it's actually doing pretty well in the terms of how clean it is. But this side I am very happy with. The inside is pretty clean, which is what it was anyway, and then the edges, again, pretty clean all the way around. But the top part and how much of a difference that is compared to what it was well worth it. So are we going to come up with a silly name for this as well? I don't know, FoamBrite, PolyRite, StyroBrite. Let's call it StyroBrite. StyroBriting. I doubt it's really a name for it, but see if I can start off a buzzword. Anyway, so StyroBriting is when you actually bother to wash the polystyrene to your retro stuff. Seems worthwhile. Soft toothbrush, gallons of your favourite washing liquid. So much so that your wife might tell you off. Hopefully mine doesn't. She doesn't know yet on how much I've used. It's not been exactly gallons, but it was a fair bit because I'm trying to wash it off, and I came to realise that actually sort of soaking it in the tub would have been bad for it. So I just turned the shower on. For me, it's one of those types of showers where you have to stand in the bathtub. I haven't got a shower cubicle. So I just turned the shower on, tried to not get water all over the bathroom, but that's why I've had to use a bit more of the washing up liquid, because it's been washing off pretty much as been on. But a soft toothbrush in circular motions seems to have done the job. So I'm very happy with that. Oh, and to dry it off, I towel dried it, and then I actually used my wife's hairdryer on it from a distance to dry it off, because I don't want it to be sort of trapped moisture inside. So it's all nice and dry now. Okay, so I've cleaned off the area. I'm just going to gently do it now. Very quiet. Concentrating so much. No so straight up. Some tables it. But it's all I got. Oops, some suppose. I'm going out with Z now. Here's Z. I'll Z. Z. Oh, you go to Z machine. One time. How about you? If it's Z, it's referring to Sinclair machines. I can then pick those matters. As long as you communicate, that's all that matters. All you have to Z is go get a toothpick and sweep that bit away. I'll deep right now with this. There we go. Let it take the outside. Put the storage on there to try to get it to work. So we sat for a while since the spectrum. Yeah, just start tapping around the drawing there. Just let it make it to work. Definitely. A bit too much. I'm going with that there. I'll try to make it all the same. Yep, okay, you can probably even see from this angle I've scraped out the corner, and there we go, it's coloured in. So what have we learnt today? Don't buy the wrong glue, colour in your ZX81, and wash your styrofoam into the point of calling it StyroBrite. Don't forget that buzzword, it'll be all over the place. You heard it here first, I hope. So don't forget to click that subscribe button, don't forget the notification button, don't forget to look down in the description below for the Patreon links and the Discord links. Come have a chat. As always, happy gaming.